campaigns decided to get into it. Hillary Clinton doing it in her traditional trademark way, which was very specific, series of policy proposals, all things that you could do that would, have a kind of measurable impact. And in Trump's case, of course, it was more pushing emotional buttons. I mean, after all, you can't go back 40 years and not let the guy's father in. So I'm not sure what the ban has to do with the specific case. It's not clear what he means by saying we have to tell the truth about radical Islam and what, how that truth would prevent this clearly deranged young man from doing what he did. But Trump is very good at pushing kind of emotional buttons, and he did that.
And he didn't let the facts get in the way of any of that speech. I mean, there were a number of inaccuracies in what he said, but he got the applause, and he's playing to a base that is really buying into this message. And I wonder, after a tough week last week politically for him, when members of the GOP were going after him for comments he made about a judge and the Trump University case, etc., whether or not this is going to give him a boost internally.
It almost certainly will give him a boost. Look, Trump is trafficking in fear. This is what he appeals to, and naturally people are scared now. So I would say this is not just an appeal to his base. It's an appeal to a large majority of Americans who are scared, fearful, suspicious of Islam. He's playing to all those issues. As you say, there were the usual Trump falsehoods. The guy was not born in Afghanistan, which he called Afghan. The father does not, at least nothing I have read, suggests the father was a member of the Taliban. So there's all that, but the emotional appeal is real, and that's what he's very good at. The question is whether Clinton and Obama's more practical, intellectual approach will over time win. What we've noticed in these recent terrorist attacks, Hala, is the first few days or the first few weeks, the emotionalism does win. But after that, people come to their senses in a sense and ask themselves, well, what can we do practically? We can't ban 1.6 billion people. We can't set up internment camps. We can't. So then you start going into the realm of the practical, and that is working with the Muslim community to identify radicals, pressing for reform, encouraging Muslim reformers. It's all the small bore stuff that is much less sexy emotionally, but probably is the stuff that will make a difference.
And longer term as well. Internationally, though, Fareed, I wonder, what will the reaction be to just kind of ramping up yet again the anti-Muslim rhetoric on the part of Donald Trump, the Muslim ban, et cetera, et cetera. Is there real concern, do you think, among foreign leaders that Donald Trump could become the president and what it would mean for the country and its relations abroad?
There is an extraordinary amount of fear and puzzlement. I think that anyone who has traveled, as you know, Hala, and talked to people of all walks of life, businessmen, journalists, politicians, officials, everyone is trying to figure out what it means, because Trump has been a kind of equal opportunity offender. He's told the South Koreans that the North Korea that they should get nuclear weapons, and maybe we should start conversations with North Korea. He's told the Japanese they should fend for themselves. He's told the Europeans he might pull out of NATO. He's told the Muslims he's going to ban all 1.6 billion of them. So there are lots of people worried for lots of reasons. I think probably